You can spend weeks perfecting your book. You nail the cover design and even be sure that this is the one that's going to change everything for you on Amazon KDP. But if you skip this one simple check before publishing, all of that hard work, all of that effort that you have put into your book can vanish overnight. We're talking about lost royalties, wasted time, and in the worst case, even losing your entire KDP account. And the scary part is that most beginners don't even know that this particular step exists. I'm talking about checking for trademarked words before you hit that publish button. Because here's the thing, a keyword might look harmless, it might look simple or even seem original to you, but if it's trademarked, you could be breaking the law just by putting it in your title, subtitle, or description. And in today's video, I will walk you through exactly how to check if a keyword is trademarked so you can protect your book, your KDP income, and your KDP account. Now, what exactly is a trademark? Now, a trademark is basically a legal protection that stops other people from using a certain word, phrase, or brand names without permission. So you want to think of it like this. If somebody has trademarked the word Happy Meal, you cannot just put that in your book title or in your subtitle or in your description because it's legally owned by that person or that company. So on Amazon KDP, this actually matters a whole lot because your keywords aren't just for search. They show up in your titles, they show up in your subtitles, and even in your book description. And if any of those words are trademarked, Amazon can remove your books, hold your earnings, or even terminate your accounts in worst cases. So now, if all of this are possible and nobody wants to experience this, then why then do some KDP authors do it? Well, it's simply because a lot of trademarked words sounds completely normal. I mean, you might think you are just targeting a niche by adding a popular phrase or describing your book in the best way possible. But in reality, that phrase could be owned by somebody. And unless you actually check, you would have no idea until Amazon flags it. And by then, it may just be too late. Now, in order to be able to know how to check if your keywords are trademarked, there are a variety of sites that you can leverage on. And the very first one, a common one, is the USPTO website. Now, this stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office. Now, this is like the most safest and accurate place to check trademarks. You want to type USPTO TESS. So I'm just going to open a blank page just to show you how you can check that. And when you do that, you can see this is the first one that comes up here. Once you click on it, it will take you to this website over here. Now, this is a really good place to start because Amazon operates heavily in the US market. Of course, if you're publishing in other countries, you also want to check their trademark database, which we're going to go into some others in the later part of this video. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and do your words search for your keywords or your book keywords. Now, what you can easily do is you want to go and click the trademark search system over here. Once you click the trademark search system, you want to select this drop down and select wordmark. Here is now where you want to add your keywords, whatever keywords you intend using in your books. Now, this is actually very easier for beginners and it will let you quickly see if a word or a phrase has an active trademark. So let's say our KDP book is about mindful mornings for busy moms. So we want to go ahead and type mindful mornings here and you want to go ahead and search. Now, if you look at this, you can see there is the life and there is the dead. What you want to be really focused on is the life. For example, you can see mindful mornings, but it is dead and abandoned, meaning that if we have just mindful mornings that are dead and abandoned or under the dead category, they are still okay to use in your book. So we're going to remove the dead because we want to really be focused on those that are already live that we shouldn't be using. So if we scroll down, we can't really find mindful mornings over here. So meaning that that particular keyword is safe to use. So you want to do this, of course, for every time before you publish your book. Now, one tip is that you want to check each keyword separately, not just your full title, because sometimes only a part of a phrase is trademarked. For example, you don't just want to type mindful mornings for busy moms because obviously you may not exactly find a trademark word under that full phrase. So you want to split it into multiple keywords and check them separately because a part of the whole could be trademarked. So now, if you have searched mindful mornings for busy moms, let's type for busy moms. Of course, we cannot find a trademark under that. You might think you are safe, but the word mindful itself could even be trademarked. So you want to check each keyword separately. So now let's go ahead and check mindful. Now you can see we have mindful here, but this is like hashtag mindful, not mindful in itself. So the word mindful standing alone does not show here as a trademark. So when you talk about mindful mornings for busy moms, you want to search for mindful mornings, you want to search for mindful over here. You want to as well search busy moms, so that way you catch partial trademarks before it gets flagged from your end. Now, this is just one website, particularly if you are selling on Amazon.com heavily in the US. However, there are other trademarked websites, and we're going to be looking into some of them. Another one is the one for the UK, and you want to simply head over to this website over here. For easier search, you can just type UKIPO and it's going to show there. So let's just type it here in a new tab. And if you should type it, you can see over here, this is where you want to click. It will take you to this site here where you can see trademarked books under UK, particularly if you want to be selling to UK audience. So you want to click on trademarks over here. You want to scroll down and you want to click search for a trademark. Now, you want to click on search by keyword, phrase, or image, and that way you can also enter your keywords and just search it the same way we did with the USPTO. And anyone that comes up that is trademarked, you want to avoid using that particular keyword. Another one you can also check is the EU IPO, and this is also if you are selling to European countries or you are selling your books in European countries. You want to also go ahead and search for trademarks. You want to go for TMView. And you want to go ahead and click here. And that way, you can also search for the trademarks across the European Union. And let's say we want to search, again, mindful mornings. So you can see in the United Kingdom, we have mindful morning that is trademarked. So this is why you want to search across all of this particular trademark sites, just so that your book is thoroughly safe, especially when you have indicated that your book is going to actually be sold, or if your book is going to be available to be sold in those particular regions. So if you are using something like mindful morning for busy moms, you do not want to leverage that because it's trademarked in the United Kingdom if you are going to be selling it in the United Kingdom. Now, to be able to access this site, you also just want to type EU IPO. And once you click on that, the very first one that you see is what will take you to this site where we just checked that trademark. Now, another one you want to leverage on is the Canadian trademark website. And for this, you can just simply go ahead and type CIPO. Once you type that, it will be the first thing that pops up. When you click on it, it will take you over here. This is where you want to search for trademarks that are active in Canada, especially when your KDP books are going to be available for selling in Canada under Amazon. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down and you want to click on trademarks. Now, it will take you to where you can search for trademarks and you're going to click search trademarks. Now, here is where you want to now search. You can click trademark here and you want to enter your search criteria. So let's search mindful mornings and you're going to click on search. So you can see that there is no data available and there is no trademark there. But this is just for Canada, right? And another one that you can also leverage on is the Global Brand Database, which is WIPO. Again, you can just simply go to new tab and type WIPO. And of course, the very first thing that comes in is this website here, which will take you here when you click on it. Now, this particular one lets you search for trademarks across multiple countries in one place. Very useful for international safety checks. So it has a whole lot of other countries under it where you can just search once and you'll be able to check if that particular keyword is trademarked under a wide range of countries. And if any country, of course, has that keyword trademark, then you know you want to stay away from that keyword. So you want to go to Find and Explore, click on Global Brand Database, and you want to go ahead and click on Access the Global Brand Database. So you can search for brand name, let's say Mindful Mornings, and you want to click on search. Now that's where you can see all of the ones that are registered. You can see this Mindful Mornings. We found it under EU IPO, which is UK. If we go back here, you can see it's Trademark Office, United Kingdom. This also as well reflects here as well. You can see Mindful Mornings in USA, but this one is ended, which is why it did not reflect in USPTO. And the ones that of course reflected were already dead. We also have this one here. So you can see all of the trademarks from the different countries, and this just enables you to be able to check once and cover a whole wider range of countries. However, I would still advise to check individually just so that you do not miss out on anything due to maybe slower updates in the system of WIPO, for example. So which is why you want to check every individual site where your book is going to be available for sales in that particular region or in that particular country. I really do hope you found this helpful. So before you publish your next book, you want to make sure that the keywords in your titles, your subtitles, your description is available for use, every single keyword, before you put it out for publishing. If it's trademarked, you want to go ahead and do some changes within your keyword. And if it's not, you can then go ahead and publish it. And once you publish it, the next thing you want to be looking at is to start getting as much visibility on your book as possible to increase your sales. And one good way to do that is by getting verified reviews on your book, because that's a good indication to the algorithm that your books are getting good attraction from customers. And if you want to know how you can get verified purchase reviews on your book, I've done a detailed video on how you can do that. So you want to go ahead, click the video you see on your screen right now to check out the full tutorial on that. Ciao.